Good afternoon, my dear viewers, and welcome to another live talk with GETI, or Global Education and Training Institute, under the Disruptive Education Movement initiated by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And today we have with us a phenomenal personality, Miss Anjali Keshwani. Well, a little bit about her. She is working at Darshan Academy, Delhi, from past 15 years as an academic head. And she's a proud recipient of a FAB Teacher Award in 2017 and Certificate for Exemplary Contribution towards Education. And she has also some notable achievements to her credits, like supporting the integration of international learning in the curriculum by British Council in 2016, and for successfully participating at the National Youth and Schools Bioethics Education Program, which was organized by UNESCO, and stellar performance in secondary school examination CBSE by Ministry of HRD of India. Well, for as long as we can remember, education has been seen as the clutch that prepares an individual to gain success, to be successful in life, to get a good job. But the underlying belief is the grander a school or a college degree, the better it looks on a resume. But somewhere we may have forgotten, or maybe we have overlooked in this process, that is the importance of values. Well, if I talk about the generations up to 90s, we all have seen the moral science and moral values as a part of our curriculum. But somewhere, I won't say completely, but somewhere it's still missing. So to talk about that, Ma'am Anjali will be talking on imparting holistic education. So without taking much time, I would request Ma'am to please take over this session. A very warm welcome to you once again on this platform of GETI. And viewers, if you have any questions, please post it in the comment section. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Preena, for giving me a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. So a very blissful good afternoon to all the participants and all the attendees from diverse fields and places. It's an honor to address on the topic imparting holistic education today, and how to shape the minds of the next generation of students and to inspire the leaders of today for a disruptive change in education. So, this is the topic that I'm going to discuss, and I'm going to throw some light on it. Thank you so much for being patient listeners for this time. So now I'll be sharing my screen in order to share my views. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely visible. Ma'am, it's visible.
अनम्यूट हो ये अब गाना एक मिनट
करना पड़ेगा फुल स्क्रीन वाले पेज पे आएगा
Okay. Yes. So, imparting holistic education, how to shape the minds of the next generation. So, again, I would like to welcome you. In this session, we'll talk about imparting holistic education and how to shape the minds of the next generation of students and inspire leaders of today for a disruptive change in education. Now, first of all, if we talk about holistic education, what is holistic education? As Aristotle has rightly said, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. When we say that education is not only to go to school and to study English, math, science, social science, etc., or to build up our body or being physically fit, but true education needs to be one where not only the body, not only the mind are developed by the soul, but the soul or the heart is also educated. It is the harmonious blend of physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual aspect, right? So, now if we talk about holistic education, if we see the derivation of this word holistic, it has been derived from the Greek word that is holos, which means whole, in totality, isn't it? So holistic education, it is a comprehensive approach to teaching where educators seek to address the emotional, social, ethical, and academic needs of the students. Secondly, the emphasis are placed on positive school environments. So one by one, we'll be touching all these. Students are taught to reflect on their actions and how they impact the global and local community, as well as how to learn from the community around them. The next is, it's quite challenging for the teachers also. So the teachers need to engage the students in projects that apply critical thinking skills towards solving real problems. Then holistic education concept is gaining steam in learning circles as schools struggle to improve students' outcome. Yes. So we always say that, this person is an engineer, this person is a doctor or an architect, even though people have learned those professions should teach students is to grow up to be a better human being or to be able to cope up with the problems and difficulties they are going to face in life. So for that, we need to go into step by step. So just like we say, holistic education, we're talking about character formation, manners, emotional development, critical thinking skills, healthy social skills. What I believe is, you know, all the fingers are of not the same size or length, but when they bend, all stand equal. So same is the case with the students. So if we bring them in totality, if we cater to all these things, character formation, manners, their emotional development, their thinking skills, their healthy social skills, I think then only we'll be able to help them for the all round development of the child, which is quite important, as NEP also says the same. That is the National Education Policy 2020, right? Okay. So, what are some of the key features of holistic education? That's what I'm going to talk about right now. Educating the whole student, viewing students as part of the whole, embracing a caring classroom culture, and engaging in experiential learning. So, one by one, I'll be catering to all these, right? Yes. So, what is actually educating the whole student? Educating the whole student. See, we don't just focus on cognitive development, but all the four areas of development. That is the emotional development, the cognitive development, physical development, and social development. Now, coming on to first the emotional development. Have you ever thought of why do we become so reverential When we go to a place of worship, there, because we feel the presence of God, there's peace around, tranquility around, isn't it? So, in the same manner, if the students also feel, you know, that reverential atmosphere is created, so they will have that emotional bond to come to the school, and they'll feel quite peaceful and tranquil when they come to the school. Cognitive development. We can enhance our mental capabilities and intellectual knowledge, but there is a huge difference between intellectual knowledge and true wisdom. So, that we need to understand. Coming on to the physical development, when we talk about physical development, there are five senses through which we can sense, that is sense of seeing, hearing, smelling, taste, touch. So these are all the physical senses. However, there are some regions which are beyond the physical regions, which are within us. Finally, that is the social development. According to the survey, a genome project, 99.9% of the genes of all human beings are just the same. The only difference is 0.1%, that is of the skin, of the color, of the race. So we need to understand that we all belong to one society and we come from same backgrounds or similar backgrounds, right? So if we are educating the student with all these things, then I think we can attain some kind of holistic education. Coming on to the next one, that is viewing the students as part of the whole. So it is the part of the whole. Not only do we focus on the whole child, but we also see the child as part of the larger whole. The student is connected to the world, to the environment, and to the community. And how we can develop that? We can have some special assemblies, walks, and visits to the nursing homes, old age homes, orphanages, or the underprivileged. And when they go to those places, they imbibe the noble virtues of love, unity, kindness, and peace. And they develop that empathy, right? Okay. Next one. Embracing a caring classroom culture. So, when we embrace the caring classroom culture, what is this embracing a caring classroom culture? Students should feel connected. Students should care for others and be cared for by others. Within a holistic class, teachers don't just care whether children are learning. They also want to ensure their students leave at the end of the school year, more well rounded, happier, and socially competent members of communities. And how we can achieve that, some kind of art workshops should be conducted on the topics, you can say the protecting of the environment and the tolerance, and that can help promote a deeper understanding and more awareness of the importance of tolerance, right? Okay, coming on to the next, which is very important, experiential learning. There is an equal focus on outdoor education, community engagement, the arts, learning through engaging, in all those activities. One quote that I would like to say right now: tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. It has been said by Benjamin Franklin. So that is what is experiential learning, when they experience themselves. Okay. Coming on to the next, that is holistic education. What should be the structural components of holistic education? See, throughout our lives, right from the day the child is born, we generally cater to the bodily needs, to the needs of the mind. So these are the nature of inputs. But how much time we devote for hearts, that means for the soul or the heart. So if the nature of input in the body, like, having nutritious food, physical activity, everything, then the quality that is achieved is optimum health, balanced, poised, physical fitness, everything. And what is the impact on the society? What happens when we take care of the bodily needs? Our health becomes better. We are vital. There's vitality. There's a lot of energy within us, and lesser healthcare costs. So we don't have to spend so much of money on our health. Similarly, when the child is born, right from day one, we start learning, and that learning doesn't end. It keeps on going. It's a continuous process. So our mind starts comprehension, knowledge, information. We start going to school, and from there, attaining degrees, and then we acquire certain skills. Those are mental skills. Then we have the curiosity, the deep curiosity. We go in further, and for processing, quality, and learnability. And what is the impact on the society? We are able to get jobs. We are able to work. So there is a greater creativity and innovation, and the lesser the cost of work. So similarly, when we start feeding our heart and soul with the values, ethics, wisdom, input. So, what happens? The skills that we develop is more intelligence, appreciation of beauty and truth, emotional mastery. And how is the society gets the benefit, or what is the impact on the society? It is higher mutual respect, compassion, and harmony, lesser costs on conflict and corruption, right? So, one more thing I'd like to add here. In a duration of 2 weeks' time, we remember 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, and 50% of what we hear and see, 70% of what we say and write, and 90% of what we actually participate in. So, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, the more and more the involvement of the students, more learning will take place. Okay. Now let's discuss about the advantages of holistic education. Yes, of course, first is it develops well-rounded adults. It encourages lifelong learning. Then it prepares the people for the 21st century. It is motivating. It creates cohesive communities, right? So one by one, we are going to take up this. So before I take up this, there's one more thing that I would like to add on. See, when we say in the scale of 0 to 5, when we see that, so a person, just students, we say it 0, that means the child is inactive, or maybe the child is not paying attention. Second, 1 point is passive, is just reading. If you want to give 2 points, then it is active. How is he active? Maybe he's answering a closed question. But when we talk about the 3 point, that is constructive. That means we have gone to a higher scale. Constructive, that is generating reasons and self explanation. When you give him 4 point, so that becomes interaction. He starts interaction with peers and learning takes place. And the 5 point is when there is innovation, creative thinking takes place. Yes. So I'll be taking up all these points one by one. How we can develop the well-rounded adults. Okay. So, develops well-rounded adults. Holistic learning is designed to ensure people grow with an appreciation of all aspects of life, whether it's academic, sporting, social, everything. This helps to ensure people are balanced and ready to contribute to the society. A person with a holistic learning background may be considered a Renaissance man or woman, isn't it? So education begins with beginning of life, and it is an ongoing process. To put it in a nutshell, it is a process aimed at refinement of character, enlightenment of mind, and illumination of soul. We as educators need to have our own distinct philosophy of education, which is a fine blend of ideas assimilated from all directions. So, following an interdisciplinary approach, teachers, they act as a facilitators and guides during theme-based projects, and then the cooperative learning is encouraged through classroom activities and students' collaboration. So, that is how the all-round development can take place. It prepares people or children for the 21st century, which is a must now, looking into the unprecedented situation. What are these 21st century skills? In the 21st century, we are expected to have multiple different careers. People's careers are more likely to require critical and creative thinking skills than the manufacturing societies of the past. To be ready for the challenges of the future, young people need a broad range of knowledge and social skills then can be gained through a holistic curriculum. So, what are those, for developing the 21st century skills in students? There are 7 C's which needs to be incorporated. And what are those 7 C's? First is the critical thinking. Second is communication. Third is collaboration. They should know how to work in collaboration. Next is creativity. Then it is the common sense education. Sixth is cross cultural understanding. And last but not the least is computing, right? So these are the skills, the 7 skills, which we refer to as the 21st century skills. Okay. Coming on to the next, assume that a holistic approach will give young people a broad ranging education in the arts, humanities. So, but how it is motivating, giving them an opportunity to find what they love and pursue it. Now, this is very important. If our hobby becomes our profession, just a thought to ponder, if our hobbies become our profession, we are definitely bound to get success, get satisfaction. There'll be an inner urge to work, which amounts to self motivation. So, one is the outward motivation, and one is the self motivation. So, in both the sense, if the students are self motivated or they are motivated by the educators, definitely they will be reaching to their level of success, which they might have thought of. Now, it creates cohesive communities. When young people are raised to acknowledge and respect their interconnectedness to communities, they learn how to live with other people and care for them. This is not only good for the child, but also for everyone. You know, this I'm just reminded of one story here. There was a famous sculptor, Michelangelo, and he created a beautiful statue. And a friend of his, he said, that out of a piece of stone, you have created a beautiful statue. The sculptor replied, he said, the statue was already within the stone. I have just chiseled off the undesirable pieces which were around the statue. We have, so that is what is the aspect of holistic education. Students, they already have that innate talent, that potential. What we need to do is we need to chisel off, the unwanted thing. And what will happen is their talent, their hidden talent will come out of it. So right now, in our education system, what we have been doing and we are doing is we are stuffing the students with knowledge rather than wisdom, stuffing them with information, lot of information. So a drift of from this mugging up the things, cramming things, and for gaining knowledge, let's shift our education to the holistic system. So that is what is really required in today's scenario. right? Okay. Further, now we have talked about what is holistic education, key features, and the advantages of holistic education. Now we'll be talking about methods of imparting holistic education. How can we impart this holistic education? We have been talking about it, but how actually we can impart this holistic education? The first and the foremost in this is the strong student teacher relationships. When teachers are able to form strong bonds with students, performance and engagement is positively impacted. I think everyone believes with this, would agree with this. The students have a higher chance of success when they feel safe and when they feel nurtured. So that bond has to be developed. So once that bond is developed, then, definitely they're going to flourish. They may forget whatever you have said or you have taught, but they will never forget how you made them feel. I would like to quote the words of a student here. My teacher gave me the best gift of all, and that was believing in me. Therefore, our relationship with students makes the difference in translating our passion from teaching into their passion for learning. The students are just like clay, they are a mold, and they are just like clay, soft clay. And the way we want to mold them, we can mold them, incorporating all the values that we really want for their holistic education. Okay, going further now. Encouraging self confidence. You can just see the stairs. I won't do it. I can't do it. I want to do it. How do I do it? I'll try to do it. I can do it. I will do it. So, that can do attitude is very important. Students need to believe that they belong at school and have the ability to succeed. Teachers can help build self confidence by providing multiple opportunities for students to digest structured information, communicate their understanding in a variety of ways. Just giving an example. That can do attitude with students, everyone, for their holistic development as well. One more thing I just wanted to add on to it. Encouraging self confidence. Just a small example that has come to my mind just now. When we use these words, it's said like, we generally tell the students, do not run. Can we replace it with some other words like walk slowly? Can you see the positive? The message is the same, do not run. But then we are saying, walk slowly. See, there is a survey and there's a story and there's a belief. If I ask everyone to close your eyes and I say, do not think about pink elephant, what is the first thought that will come to the mind? That will be pink elephant. But I have said, do not think about pink elephant. Just think about it. When we say these negative words, that has some negative impact on them. If we say, do not run, so the word that is highlighting is run. So rather than saying do not run, if we say walk slowly, that will have a much positive impact on them. Similarly, one more example that's coming to my mind, that is stop talking. We generally say, as educators, stop talking. Can we replace it with maintain silence? Yes, of course we can. It's all about habit formation, that how we are forming that habit. Once that habit is formed, then we'll be using those positive things in our remarks. One more thing, that is the standardized mark that is coming to my mind. She or he shows keen interest in extracurricular activities. But then we can say Balancing the equation would help him or her to excel the academic front also. So how, we have encouraged or we have remarked in a positive manner. So whatever language that we are using, because we as educators are role models, and whatever language we are using will be picked up by the students definitely. Okay. Coming on to incorporating reflection. Introspection is very important. You know, have you ever asked the students to question themselves? Would we want to be treated or talked in a certain manner? Are we treating others the way we want to be treated? That is the golden rule of the universe. What is the golden rule of the universe? Appeal for respect, tolerance, compassion, empathy, love, unity. Rather than, criticizing, rather than giving any kind of negative remark, we need to check our own actions and thoughts and behavior. So that is the power of self reflection. This will have a ripple effect. When we throw a stone in a pond, what happens? There are ripples. So it has a ripple effect. When we introspect ourselves, when we pinpoint ourselves that where did I go wrong? Why did I do this? And what should I have done in this particular situation? When the students, they start reflecting upon themselves, it creates a ripple effect, not only in their with the peers or with the whom they are coming in contact with, but it has a greater impact in the long run in the families and the workplace and the community as well. Right? Okay. So this is the thing of self, incorporating reflection. There's one more thing that is coming in my mind right now is, for example, we have 52 weeks in a year, right? So if a student of is of 14 years, say for example, so 52 into 14, so 728 weeks have passed. If my age, if I consider on anyone's age like 45, so that means how many weeks of your life have passed? 52 into 45, again 2340. If we are left with 10 more years, 20 more years, how much time we are left with to introspect ourselves, to grow spiritually, to have, to actually contemplate on our deeds. Maybe just 10 years, if it's 10 years, that means 50 actually churn already spent. I've never thought of reflecting upon myself. So that is the charm of self-reflection, when you make the students reflect upon their deeds, what they have done. Coming on to this meditation now, when we have been talking about the physical needs, the intellect needs, there are some certain things which are required for our soul as well. That is meditation. See, in our curriculum, if we design, 10 to 15 minutes of meditation every day, it has innumerable benefits. Meditation, it reduces, there are innumerable benefits of it. Meditation reduces stress in body and mind. A relaxed state of mind helps the learning process. Our concentration level increases. We can learn more effectively and faster. Meditation makes us feel fresh and light. Meditation helps us to face problems in a calm manner. So every day, before starting the day, let's start the day in the schools as well. Though it is in our school, it's a culture and it's a tradition that we always start the day with meditation. This is a short poem I would like to recite here. Start the day with meditation to get the divine concentration. Sharing and caring is our way. We study, read, and love to play. Be safe, be truthful, be kind and respectful. Love, peace, service, and unity. Our aim is to help humanity. Right? So, if all these virtues and these moral ethics and this tradition is followed, I think the students will gain benefit out of it. So this is the spiritual curriculum. Now I am talking about our institute, our school, how and what, we at Darshan Academy, we have a unique curriculum for classes nursery to 12th. It has been developed by international team of educators incorporating best practices and latest research in education. So through spiritual education, children are provided time to find peace within themselves and grow into the human beings who spread love peace. So every day we have 40 minutes of 10 minutes of meditation. So regard for people of all religion and faith, traditions, and respect for cultural diversity, which is very important again. They learn basic manners, good health habits, and polite and courteous social interactions. And the students, they learn conflict resolution, techniques for solving problems peacefully. The day-to-day life, whatever problems they are facing, the conflicts they are facing in their real life situations are given to them, and then they are involved in those activities and those projects wherein they come out of the ideas that how we can solve the problems peacefully. Right? Okay, fine. Coming on to my next thing, that is the projects that we have it throughout the year. Throughout the year, students are engaged and should be engaged in meaningful activities and projects that support the learning process. The holistic approach to learning involves learning through the whole. The activities foster hands on learning and creative and critical thinking. They are engaged to express themselves through various art forms and develop their creative talents. So, the aim of these projects is to make the student independent learners with the joy for lifelong learning. So that is the real aim of these projects to be conducted, to be taken up. On to coming on to the concept of inclusion. We need to include the students, though we have discussed it, all those things. So that, what is that concept of inclusion? We all come from the same source. When the color white, just giving an example, when the color white is split in the prism, what happens? We find a whole area of colors coming out of it. When we look at ourselves as being male, female, or as being children and adults of being citizens of one country on another, we find differences. But when we see that we are coming from one particular one family, Almighty God. So, that different, but we have just, otherwise, if we look at different colors, blue is the fight color. That is the origin of oil. Okay, let me go. The concept of inclusion has rightly said, having a great positive attitude does not, uh,
I think there's some network problem. She will join in few minutes. Ma'am Anjali will join us in few minutes. I think there is some network problem due to which she got disconnected. And if you have any questions, you can post it in the comment section. Thank you for your patience, my dear viewers. And here we have Ma'am Anjali. She's back. Ma'am, you're on
I'm so
mute, I guess.
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
no
just got
problem.
disconnected, I was just about to wind up only. Just 5 minutes more was left with. Okay, so this interruption, all of a sudden everything was going fine and got disconnected.
Yes, no worries, no worries.
Okay. No, no, I'll continue from there only, the last one. Okay.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
So I was just talking about the final thought, talking about the concept of inclusion, that what Shakespeare has said, has rightly said, that action is eloquence. So therefore, having a great positive attitude, does not do you any good unless and until you don't follow it up and follow through with action. Right, so I would like to come on to the final thought, that is, holistic education is a powerful, caring and thoughtful 21st century approach to education. It can help young people to grow to be balanced and well rounded. It has great similarities to other approaches such as humanism and socio-cultural theory, and pays important regard to the role of emotions in education. Yes. So it's like, I would like to quote one: give me a fish and I eat for a day. Teach me to fish and I eat for a lifetime. Right. So I would like to conclude by saying that by implementing a value based program through education that promotes academics along with spiritual growth and including time for meditation can help build a beautiful world, thereby creating generations of peacemakers. Thank you so much for being patient listeners and sparing your precious and valuable time. Thank you so much, one and all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. I think very important to talk about this aspect, the holistic education. And we know how the world is changing at a very fast pace. And so is the
Right.
demand has changed in the society. It's not only about the literate and learned people, but we need, the creative thinkers. We need innovative people. And that's where we have to work. But as we all know that learning begins at home. We can talk about teachers that they can contribute by, they can get the trainings, the teachers trainings, where they can upgrade themselves how to implement these in the classroom teachings. But would it be right to say that they are the only ones who are responsible for this, and not
Oh,
including the other stakeholders? Because we say no, learning begins at home. So what message you would like to give to the parents as well here, how they can contribute?
so
Yeah,
see, as I said it in the beginning also, that learning is an ongoing process. It's
true.
starts
I think there is some network problem again. um
from the
we're
day
really keen to,
we are born. Just like when we are only able, the mother refers to this, that this is a bowl, and the child also, the child begins developing and taken up by the child, all the responsibility. The parents, like it is, we are talking about holistic education
right.
again for the students as well. It is about everyone's contribution that brings out to a unified whole. Yes. So these fingers have to be like this. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
they do not have much. strength. But when it becomes like this, that means all the stakeholders, the parents, the teachers, everybody educators, peers, everything, the background, the family background, everything counts in the holistic. GETI also has incorporated, has developed in the form of spiral curriculum. It aims at promoting holistic, multidisciplinary, and futuristic education. It will have, the flexible curriculums, creative combination of subjects, and integration of vocational education. So these are the upcoming things that will be, you will soon see it in NEP 2020, how it will be incorporated in the schools.
Right.
Okay.
I think that was very true. How we are going to see the changes in the coming year, and how NEP has come up with this idea, how things are actually going to change. So we're really looking forward for that. And thank you so much for giving us your precious time. First of all, despite of so many issues with the network, I think we somehow completed the session successfully, and I hope it reaches to maximum people. I would request my viewers to
Yes.
share the video as much as you can, so that everybody is updated, upgraded. Somewhere you need this push. If at all you have lost that way, you can come back again after watching this video. So yeah, thank you so very
Okay.
much,
There's one
ma'am.
more thing that Ms. Preena, I would like to add one
Yes,
more thing that this
sure.
NEP and the parents and the stakeholders and the teachers, everyone would like to know about it. That the curriculum content will be reduced now.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. The curriculum content will be reduced as per the NEP. And again,
Each of the subjects to its core essentials, to make space for critical thinking, more holistic, discovery based discussion, all these aspects.
right.
Okay, that's all from my side.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Am I
so
audible?
much. Yes, yes, now
Thank
you
you.
are. We
Thank
cannot
you.
help with this, technical glitch. It's happening everywhere. And since this is the only way we are connected,
Yes.
so just let's go with the flow. So I think it was wonderful, wonderful having you on this platform. Thank you so much for sharing your insights on this. And thanks to all the viewers as well. And I can see a few comments in the comment section. I'll just highlight for you, where we have Mr. Gandharv with saying great ideas and insights to what the
Thank you so
future of
much.
education in our school can be like. I hope you can see the comments. Um,
Yes. Yes, I can read that.
and
A teacher doesn't just teach the topics in academics, but also how to learn.
learn.
Some special teachers go way
Yeah,
ahead and also teach how to live. And it all starts
by
by
believing, believing in. Very true. Okay, so I think it's time. Goodbye to all of
Thank you
you.
so much, Gandharv, for the wonderful
It's
expression.
right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again for joining in, and thanks from the entire team of
Thank you
Getty.
so much.
Thank you all, dear viewers. We'll be back soon
Thank you.
with another such informative session. So stay tuned and take care. Bye bye. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, all the viewers, and Miss Preena, you as well, and the team
Welcome,
Getty.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Pleasure's all ours. Bye bye.